Hello Scorpio and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader Mary Trimble with your reading for January the 27th through February the 2nd. These are general readings, guys. They're for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And the links to all the videos are below because this is for your sun, moon and rising. This is for Scorpio. Oh, and if you'd like a personal reading, click on this link here. That will take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. This is for Scorpio. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Scorpio for January the 27th through February the 2nd? 3 cards for Scorpio, please. 3 cards for... Oh, there's 3 cards. Look at that. That's happened so much this evening. I can't believe that. Okay. Oh, there. Look, there's definite crossover here. So check out your sun, moon, and rising. Now we're going to the clarifying cards. This is for Scorpio. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Scorpio through these clarifying cards? This is for Scorpio. Please clarify. There we are. Please clarify the... Oh, nearly. There it is. Wow, there is so much crossover here. You must check out your sun, moon and rising for sure. Please clarify. And there it is. Oh, wow. Darling. A lot is going on. Let's take a look at your cards. Scorpio. The first card out for you is the World, clarified by the Hanged Man. Then you have the 3 of Wands, clarified by the Emperor. Then you have the 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Temperance Card. Okay, so the first card out for you is the World. I feel that you got this last week or the week before or something, because this is really a chance for you to do something different. I might have been the week after last. But this, look, this is where you've got all this life experience. You can continue doing what you're doing and you will get the same results. But if you want something more meaningful and you want to take a different route or you want to kind of start on your life purpose, now is the time. The universe has your back. And look, perhaps you've, this can, look, you've got the, I can't get my thoughts out fast enough. This is the Hanged Man clarifying it, right? The Hanged Man is like a pause in action. So say if you're, you might not have a job at the moment, or you might have lost some clients, or there might be something going on that's kind of slowed you down a bit, right? But this is a good time to see things. Things are happening for a reason. So you can look at something that's going on in a different way. You're being asked to open up your mind and to see things differently. And maybe it's your path forward that you need to see differently. Scorpio. Now the next card out is the 3 of Wands. This is Jupiter. This is like make plans. You have to plan things. For sure, this is all about plans because look, he's at the docks. His ship has come in. He's watching it being unloaded, right? And if you had your ship come in and you were watching all those riches come off the boat, you'd also be making those long-term optimistic plans, right? Because this is like Jupiter, bigger, expansion. So be optimistic and see a bright future for yourself. And make those plans accordingly. And you have the Empress. So this is about planning. It's about structure. It's about foresight. It's about making those plans. Look, if you fail to plan, you plan to. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Right? That's what, you've heard that before, I'm sure. So this is setting a foundation on which to move forward. So look, put a pen to paper and make those plans. Optimistic as well. And then you have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about, look, this is about your needs being met. It's about, you've made, financially, you're quite happy with where you're at. And, you've worked very hard for what you've accumulated, the riches, or, perhaps you've got a house, perhaps, whatever you've got, right? Whatever you've invested in and spent all that time accumulating. The one thing I will say about this, though, is that you have to kind of be careful of how much work you do. You've got to give your family and your loved ones time and attention. You have to carve out that time, because all work you can end up alone in the end by working too hard, by overworking, putting all your effort into accumulating wealth or work. And then what have you got? You have to invest in your loved ones. That's what I would say with this. And now look, you've got this potential for something new. This is a new opportunity, an idea. It's a spark, right? That lights a flame, that sets a big fire, a blaze. This is a brilliant idea. And then look, I'm getting everything in moderation. So you might really want to work hard on this idea, but don't work too hard. Don't work so hard that to the detriment of your family and loved ones and friends, because it's a very lonely road when you're working all the time. So the Temperance card comes in, and she's saying everything in moderation. And I mean everything. Like, don't overeat, don't overdrink, don't gamble, don't watch too much television, whatever it is. Don't work too hard. Don't play too hard. Whatever it is for you. Don't shop. Don't get distracted, with what you need to do right now. And I see wonderful opportunities. You've just got to make it happen. And you've got to make it happen through planning and through allocating. It's really about carving out that time for your loved ones. It's very important to invest in your family and loved ones and your friends. It's important to do that. Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned for the astrology report coming up right next. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, I'm so happy that you decided to stay around for the astrology report this week for January the 22nd through February the 2nd to see what is happening in the celestial sky for this week. And we start with Monday, January the 27th. Venus is conjunct Neptune. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, finance, and Neptune is the planet of creativity, kind of connection with the ethereal realm. It's also illusion and delusion. So these planets are both in Pisces. Now Neptune, it rules Pisces, so it's at home in Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means that Venus can really express herself fully in Pisces. So this is a very strong energy, and they are conjunct. Now, this is kind of a very sensitive, kind of dreamy and romantic energy. This transit is about filling your world with beauty, art, music that you'll see beauty in everything. You may even see a relationship through rose-tinted glasses. It may not be as great as you think it is. But on the other hand, you can also feel disappointed in a relationship because it doesn't stand up to your impossible standards. Because this is a very idealistic energy. Now, meanwhile, it's incredible for creativity and fantasy writing. So if you're a writer, it's brilliant for that. Any kind of creative endeavor, you know, the visual arts, it's a wonderful way to channel this energy. Now, you can also be tempted to purchase a big ticket item, you know, because there's no kind of foresight. You just see something and you want it, and you may not even consider the balance in your bank account. It's like, oh, get the credit cards out. Yeah. So resist that urge. Run it by someone before you make those purchases or, you know, make that commitment. You may also find it a little difficult to focus at work because Neptune is very kind of dreamy and can take you on these long kind of daydreams, and you can get lost in thought. So a good thing to do at this time is to meditate, because this is a really beautiful way of connecting with the ethereal realm. And I mean, I've been feeling it today. And I haven't been able to focus till it's really late on these readings because I just wanted to think and contemplate and do other things, frankly. On Tuesday, January the 28th, Mars is square to Neptune, which is the very next day at 5:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of early in the morning. We're already feeling it. We've been feeling it for a few days. Neptune is a very slow moving planet, so it will be feeling this for a while. So you may be feeling wiped out and tired. This aspect takes the wind out of your sails, you know, it really kind of affects your self-esteem also. It can kind of make you paranoid or suspicious of people or their intentions, and take you on a journey of illusion, thinking that everyone is out to get you. It can be that. This is an energy that can have you gossiping or meddling in other people's affairs or business. And it's on, you know, as well, you can be easily deceived by people, or, you know, perhaps, look, if somebody approaches you with a get rich quick scheme and it seems too good to be true, it's probably a scam. So be aware of how enticing those things are, and, you know, up front, resist the urge to make any kind of major decisions on purchases or investments during this time. This is a really good time to retreat and to meditate, to go within. Use this energy to connect with source. You know, Neptune is a really good way of doing that. So when you go within, Mars is, you know, outward energy. So if you can go within, you can use that energy to connect with the ethereal realm. And, you know, stay out of people's business and work through your own issues instead. This is a good time to work through what's going on with you and to address anything that's holding you back. Now, on Friday, January the 31st, the moon is void of course from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 7:28 p.m. when it enters Taurus. So don't sign any contracts during this time and don't commit to anything while the moon is stationary, because it is just there and it's not moving. It's not getting any kind of momentum. So you don't want to commit to anything during this time. It's very kind of much like Mercury in retrograde energy. Another reason to not purchase anything. You can regret things regret purchases or commitments. Anything that you've signed, you may regret it. So don't do that on Friday. Now, on Sunday, February the 2nd, oh, it's Groundhog Day, by the way. Seems really early to be Groundhog Day. Anyway, it is. And Venus is sextile Pluto at 2:07 a.m. Pluto's a very slow moving planet. You know, it's an outward planet. It's a modern planet. So we are going to feel this energy. And look, it's a beautiful energy because sextile is harmonious, right? So during this time, shallow connections are not tolerated during this transit. Only deep, meaningful connections are fostered, and it's all we have time for. We don't have time for inauthentic or, shallow people. It's really, we want deep and meaningful connections. Now, if you are already committed to somebody, your relationship could evolve to a new plateau. A more meaningful, perhaps even spiritual connection with your loved one. And if you are single, you could fall madly in love for someone and even become obsessed with them. There's a very kind of intense sexual energy in the air, and it is possible to even explore the taboo during this time. Now, as a result of that, clandestine affairs are feasible and are possible. So, yes, watch out for that. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video, and I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, another way to support me is through Patreon. You can click on this link here and go to my Patreon page, and I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to thank my patrons. They really help me each month. That really helps. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but it's huge for me. That all mounts up, and I really appreciate your support. And if not, darling, I don't want to push you. That's great. You can check out my Patreon page anyway. And I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.